Hey, what's going on? It's OZZIE Algebra. It's another Pure Lava Show. You know I comment on any and everything on YouTube. I have to say what's up to Black Tree Media. They hit me up on the inbox. They wanted me to comment on the subject, hip-hop versus America. It's a good subject. One thing I have to say is that one motivational speaker who, I go around with, to different elementary school, high schools, and junior high schools, along with Bristol and Twan. Their album is coming out real soon, by the way. Let me just give him a plug. One of the things he said when educating the kids on hip hop is that hip hop is not negative. It's what people bring to hip hop which may be negative, and that's a good point. Hip hop is not negative. It's what you bring to hip hop which make it negative. So I mean, that was one of the good points. When you look at the artists that put out their music and stuff dealing with, they talk about violence in the hood and stuff like that. You can't blame them. Why you can't blame them? Because who's the one paying their check? Who's paying their check? The person that owns or people that own the label. That's what they want to hear. Remember, when you go out to a record label, you play your demo. They're listening to it. They decide if they want to sign you or if they don't. So if they like what they hear and they think like, well, hey, this is going to be great because the majority of people love gangster music, and love this and love that. Hey, guess what? That's what the person that's behind the label is paying for. So who are you really blaming? You can't blame the artist because they don't have no control. Because if they was to put out something that they wanted to really do, then the label could turn around and say, nope, that's not in, we got to shelf it. So they have to put out what they were hired for. So who you target, you don't target the artist, you target the person that's behind it, like the puppet with the string. You got the puppet, the strings. Well, who's controlling the puppet? That's who you have to look at. And why these labels are doing that? Because labels are known for being followers. They follow. They're not trendsetters. They don't take a chance and put out some music that is going to be beneficial to the public because they're scared that the public might not want to hear that. They don't take chances like that. So they have to go and follow what they think or what the public think is hot. Let me give you an example about myself. I had a similar subject like this. I was talking to a DJ that's well known in New York, for doing this thing in the underground. And we were just talking in the club back and forth. And I told him, he told me, he said, yo, sometimes I have to say what I have to say because that's what the people want to hear. So if I say, yo, if somebody, this is the example he used. He said, if I'm on the stage and I say, yo, all my thug cats and all that, if nobody can't touch you, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean, pull that gun out and shoot them in the head. And then the crowd go crazy. So I told him, well, you wrong. I said, and he said, why you say that? I said, because I asked him, what is my history in New York City and Brooklyn? And he started laughing. Because you know why he started laughing? Because every club, the roughest club and everything that I host, crowds of 1,000, 2,000 people. And what do I say in there? I don't curse on the stage. That's number one. Number two, I switch it around. You know how I switch it around? Because I say, yo, if you know that nobody can touch your moms, your daughter, your father, your family, what you gonna do if it happens to them? You know what I'm saying? And the crowd get crazy. See, I just switched it around. That's something that's true. I'm not gonna pull out a gun because, yo, somebody stepped on my shoe or bumped me and you want to shoot them. No. But if you touch my family, if you touch a child or someone that I love and you bring harm to them, of course that'll give me more reason to pick up that gun and get at you. See, it's a difference. See, you see how I took that? So in other words, I'm at the same time I'm telling them, I'm not up there preaching, but at the same time I'm telling them, like, choose your battles, understand how life is. You got two choices in life. You know what I mean? So I took that versus his. And he looked at me and he smiled because he know that because I have the same respect when I do party. I still get hired for hosting parties. You know what I mean? Now I'm a trendsetter. I didn't do what everybody else do. When they go, yo, all my thug cats, all my this and that. Hey, I was raised from the street. I did probably some things, a lot of fighting, whatever the case may be. But guess what? I know right from wrong. I'm a man on. I always stood on my own 2 feet. I got jumped, I got beat up, I got this and that, which made me a better person. After that, nobody could mess with me after that, because I was too strong mentally, too strong physically. You know what I mean? I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I'm a trendsetter. Labels today and people today do too much following. This is what brings things downhill. And like I said, labels, the people that own the labels, they more followers than trendsetters. You know, the best thing that could have happened was the situation with Kanye West and 50 Cent. That was the biggest thing, because now it was a battle. The world had a chance to really decide which is going to overcome. 50 Cent had all the club bangers. Kanye West, you know, his songs is good, but guess what came on top? Kanye West. Never, and Kanye West came out with that song with talking about Christ and all that. You know, he know that the people might not accept it, but guess what? They accept it. He's a trendsetter. He put it out there. And somebody at the radio station took a chance and said, yo, I like this. Let me try to put it out there too, so the public could hear it. The public grabbed onto it. You see, one thing the industry don't realize is that you never know what the public gonna want. You can't assume for the public. You have to let the public decide. That's why I like YouTube, because the public decides what they like, and you can see what they like. That's what I like. But labels, what they do, they assume. They assume because they don't know. Oh, I'm going to go. So you have to blame the label. So when you say Hip Hop versus America, yes, you have to blame the person that owns the label. You can't blame T.I., you can't blame Nelly, you can't blame 50 Cent, you can't blame, you know, Jay-Z, all these people. Oh, you're putting out these lyrics. No, you can't do that. You have to blame the person that owns the label, that's paying the check, that gave the contract. That's who you blame. Wake them up. That's who you wake up. Plain and simple. And you know what's so funny about it? Artists put out this music, but then when I call up the acts or try to book an artist to come into New York City, to come into Brooklyn, guess what they say? Oh no, I'm not coming out there. It's crazy. How is it crazy? You're the one that's putting out the lyrics saying you gangster and you this and that, but you can't come in the same hood that the kids and the people are supporting your record, because you're scared, but you're the one that put out the music. So on that note, that just shows you the real characters of these artists. They all they're doing is telling a fantasy and fairy tale. You know, some of them probably went through some stuff, yeah. But you know what? They still can. I go to every neighborhood. Every neighbor, I go anywhere by myself. Anywhere, host anywhere. I've been in the roughest clubs, I've been in gang affiliated clubs and all that, and still I present myself the same way. It don't matter. Nobody can intimidate me and tell me, yo, say that. No, let me tell you, I'm the leader here. You listen. See? So, like I said, it goes back to either you a follower or you a leader. It's time for y'all to wake up these labels and tell them, like, listen, open your eyes, open your ears, open your brain. And be a leader and put out some good music. And let the artists feel free that they could just talk on other subjects. There's other issues that's going on in the world besides somebody. I'm tired of hearing somebody getting killed in it. I'm tired of that. That's corny now. Talk about something else. Like, you know, abortion is going on. Is homeless going on. Talk about there's so many different subjects, so much current event going on in the world that a label should be able to allow the artists to express themselves without the labels feeling like it's going to be corny. Labels need to take the people that's behind the labels, that's owning all these millions of dollar companies or whatever the case may be, they need to step up and do the right thing and be leaders and stop being followers.